Alright, so I've done quite a bit of heavy amount of deforestation on this island. I'm deciding just not to try and mess with these trees because they're a bit too annoying and I just don't feel like dealing with them right now. I have a stack of oak wood, and what was that? 45, uh, 45 birch logs. Okay, so this island's been pretty heavily deforested on this part. I'm choosing to just kind of ignore the big oak trees because they're just kind of annoying. I could have fancy mode turned on so I can see through them. I just don't want to. I kind of like it with where you can't, just for sites right like this. Otherwise, I'll turn it on maybe at some point, but I just kind of don't want them right now. Yeah, I'm just finish collecting up a few more trees of wood. Contributing to the deforestation. And I'd probably head on back to the island and start to update and upgrade the different things around there. So, yeah, we'll see you guys back there. Alright, so I originally... Okay, so I got back to the island, of course, as you can see. Boats down there. But when I got back here, originally I was planning on building a little bit of like a wheat farm up here next to the cows, so then it's, right next to the cows. Started digging it, decided that I didn't want to dig all this dirt out, and then I didn't really have a way to get water up here, besides using up just the last 3 bits of iron I had in here. Didn't know if I wanted to do that or whatever. So I decided it'd be easiest just to go down here. I think instead I'm just going to dig out an area down around here and throw the wheat farm down there so then I can get some wheat going, so then I can really start getting food instead of having to run around and kill these cows as they just spawn naturally. So yeah, I'll go ahead and start building up the little bit of wheat farm and get that growing, and then we'll be right back. So, fun thing I just kind of remembered and sort of learned is that you can't hoe the mycelium blocks into tilled soil for farmland to plant plants. So that's why you see all these blocks over top of the mycelium, because when you place a block, it didn't work on that one, oh well. But when you place a block over like mycelium or grass, it dies underneath, so then you just get a dirt block. So yeah, I just kind of did that, going through now and just breaking all the ones that have become dirt, tilling them, so then I can start planting some wheat. Oh, first wheat planted, yay. But yeah, this is just basically it. In the meantime, I'll try and get these cows into the way that they need to go, which, actually, I think I might need to use these iron for a bucket anyway. Probably could have gotten away with not doing that. Oh well. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and I'll get these cows set up to how they need to be, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I decided to go and take a little bit of a mining session, just like for a minute or two. So I decided just to dig this tunnel down, and I collected a little bit of iron. So I have that smelting up right now. I was getting it because I remember, because of the bucket thing from earlier, just so I had more iron, so I didn't use up all of this iron for only a bucket without having leftovers. Now I have plenty. So yeah, my plan is now to build the mob crusher while all the wheat grows, and in the midst of me doing all of the building and preparing of the structure for them, and I'll hopefully in that time get a nice little supply of food going. Alright, so as you guys will see in the next clip, So I was in the middle of digging out some of the stuff for the cow crusher. Gonna try and do like a time lapse, not like time lapse, but like a bunch of cuts of me building, the progression of me building, and I'll do like a voiceover, whatever, over it as well, which will be coming up next. But I started to do it, the recording bit of it for all the digging, and I started to get attacked by a phantom, as you'll end up seeing it here in a minute. So after I killed it, I realized that, well, as it was attacking me, I realized that I hadn't slept at all. So I decided to, instead of continuing that at that exact moment, decided to come over here and look for, try and find some sheep in this area with all the grass, so that I can hopefully sleep and don't want to worry about any phantoms during the day. More turtles. Okay. So here's some sheep. I'm just gonna go ahead and shear all of them once I eat some food. I'm just gonna shear them all. I never know when I'll want different kinds of colors of wool. Probably end up making a white bed. Unless I could, no, I'll make a red bed. The OG bed. Okay. I'm just gonna shear all these guys. Head on back and make me a bed. Actually, while I'm here, I'll double check with you guys right now. Savannah, okay. Savannah biome. I'm just an idiot, guys. I'm sorry. Bloop. 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 Ooh, I can bloop you again. Come here. Bloop. Okay. So I think this is enough for now. If I need more wool, I'll just come back over here, I guess. So yeah. Cursed. And sleep. Alright, let's go ahead and kick this time lapse off with a little bit of explaining of my idea for what I'm wanting to do with the island. So for like some of the buildings, I'm not really wanting to do like a fully enclosed normal building. Really looking more towards doing kind of like an open building, you know? Like not really have a door and all the walls, but like where you can like kind of walk through and easily walk in and out without having to go through the exact same way every single time. It's gonna be kind of like, imagine a outdoorsy kind of like survival situation kind of setup, or maybe even like medieval. Who knows? I'll figure that out. Now what I'm planning on doing for like the rest of this episode and into the next, maybe couple of episodes, I'm really wanting to get a mine started so I can get collecting all the resources I'll need to build. Also need to be gathering a bunch of resources, so like building a tree farm and mining up a bunch of wood that way. I need to finish my whole living area. I have my food set up now, but I need a nicer chest setup and furnace setup than what I have right now if I want to really live there. And then maybe I'll end up exploring around a little bit if the time permits, or later on after I finish everything else. Or maybe I'll do it when I get bored. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so I'm recording now, right after editing all the last bits of the episode together and getting it all put together. And so you'll see here there's a little bit more work like with the cow crusher than what you saw in the clip. So the cow crusher is basically finished. I have the wheat farm down there for all the wheat, and then I made a hopper and threw it down under there, and I think I just have a single chest right now. I'm just breeded them up a little bit ago, so they're not quite ready yet for another round of breeding. But yeah, I did something a little bit different with this one than most cow crushers. Most of the time you use like a dispenser, but since I didn't have enough string for a bow over there, I decided to just use a waterlogged trapdoor. And I don't know if the cows will the baby cows have a chance of going in there and drowning or not. If so, oh well. I'm willing to take a little bit of losses right now for just the simplicity of it. So like I said in the time lapse, there's just a couple things that I was wanting to work on. One of them being my whole living situation. It's very bare bones, basic, first day stuff, a bit of a mess. So I really want to kind of beautify this area up as best as I can. I know with mycelium it's kind of hard to make look nice with stuff. Eventually that'll change across the island, or at least in portions as I do work. But I can't make it grass until I get a grass block over here, so that'll be a minute. What I'll go ahead and end up doing is I'll probably get out most of the layout set up for where I want stuff to generally go. Like have an area maybe like over there for chests, and like I don't know, furnaces over here as well maybe. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'll get kind of everything outlined how I want it to be, and once I get it kind of figured out how I want it to go, I'll bring you guys back in on it. Over here we have the furnace, where the furnace stuff is going to be. So for now it'll probably just be all regular furnaces, but I'll throw in smokers and blast furnaces whenever I decide to add them. And then over here I'm gonna have all my chests, as you can see. I decided to put like my home, like where my bed and stuff is, up here on this mountain. In this area I'm gonna flatten it a little bit, and then I'm gonna end up building a nice little house over time, and then make this area look pretty cool. So yeah. Alright you guys, so it's the next day. I originally was wanting to walk through the entire building process of all the stuff over there with you guys, but I decided against it. I was rewatching some of the footage, and after adding it all up, it would have been way too long to have fit into this video, and I wanted to get all of this into this video. So instead, I think I'm just gonna walk through it with you guys. Alright, so I'm just gonna walk through basically very briefly for like all the buildings, kind of what my thought processes were for building kind of all of them up. They were all relatively the same generic idea, in the sense of like I just kind of looked in each spot and kind of just thought of what would look nice there. So well, first originally you'll see the furnaces are over there instead of over here. I just felt like it was a little bit too close to this, and it would have been a little bit too cramped if I wanted to build something right here. I decided it'd be cool to just kind of throw them into the mountainside right here. And then I just surround it with cobblestone for now, because it blends relatively well with the furnaces. And I just threw a wooden deck here. Underneath I wound up putting like a support so it looks like it's actually supported there. I find little things like that make builds look a little bit nicer whenever it looks realistic. I mean, up here for my house, it's kind of the same thing. I flattened the little nub that was here, you guys saw, and then just built a wooden platform over it. I just kind of built a rough shape of what looked nice. I'll end up expanding on this down the line whenever I want to, whenever I feel like it's a little bit too small and I have the resources and ideas to expand it how I want to make it look nice. A little thing, I extended the logs down all the way so it looks like all these log pillars are in the ground. Oh, I need to make that a little bit deeper. But all of them look like they're in the ground and holding this up directly. Also, I set my bed up so I could basically watch the sunset as I sleep. I don't know, just a little thing. So thank you guys for joining me here today. Yeah, this video was a bit of a Frankenstein of a video. I had to cut a chunk out of my first video and splice it in here. And then I had to take all my video that I recorded the other day and edit it, and then I Frankensteined it together with stuff I started recording today and changed most all of my plans from what I originally had for how the video was going to be put together. So it's been a very interesting day. So please, if you enjoyed watching, be sure to hit the like button if you liked the video, and then subscribe if you're wanting to see more. I'm not sure right now when the next video will be out. I can say it'll be kind of mining based, because I'm wanting to gather more supplies. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. So if you're wanting to continue watching the series and see how it progresses, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.